Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Cutlery. Hey, today we're doing the Buck 110 folder. It's the hunting folder, I believe. Before we get into that, 22 veterans a day in this country take their own lives. It's a number that blows me away every time I say it. It never gets old. It never gets cliched. Vets, I love you. You have a place here. We back to blue over here. We support Leo, all Leo, corrections officers, wildlife, etc. How do you do that, Scab? Well, we don't break the damn law. And finally, if you're an addict like I am, you never quit quitting. And if you're an addict, you know what that means. Guys, today I'm doing a knife that was sent to me by Isaac the Noob. Isaac is a phenomenal guy, and he is a buck guy. So we're doing the Buck 110 hunting folder. Oh, look at that, displaying it like Vanna White. See old Scab leaning up there. Now, here's the deal. I'm about 295 pounds, so that's about a 50-pound drop. Now, I feel lighter and feel like I got a spring in my step until I watch these damn videos and realize I still look like Baby Huey. That aside, let's get to the Buck 110. Now, I just got this last week. I just have a thing for nostalgic knives. Yes, I like big knives. Yes, I like ridiculous knives. But I have a thing for these knives. Here we're doing the Donnie B All Day drop test. This is one to test the balance of the knife. Now, you'll notice right here, I did not throw this thing like I normally do. I'm going to be honest with you guys, a lot of the weight is in the handle. It's 7 and something 8 ounces, so it is a heavier knife. I do love that old school look, that leather look there. Now, you can put it in your pocket. Let me tell you this, if you're one of these basketball shorts wearing fellas, you ain't going to want to do that. But if you wear some jeans or you can wear a belt, it's just a little heavier, guys. Y'all know, you see the tiger claw in my pocket there from Jacob Lamb. Y'all know that I carry me a number of knives. I'm going to carry this knife like this in its sheath. It takes me back to my grandfather, and I love it. Let me tell you a couple things about it. It's got about a 3 3/4 inch blade length. The cutting surface is about 3 1/4. The handle is 4 3/4. So when it's opened up, guys, it's about 8 1/2. Good size pocket knife. It really is. Now, a lot of you guys are like myself. We carry the bigger cold steels, so this really isn't that big. Now, I will say this. This is heavier than a lot of the cold steels, and I know I've mentioned that several times, but that's something you want to get used to. Now, this is 420 HC, and all the knife snobs, listen, Paul Boss, who is the heat treating guru, Buck, if they don't do anything else, son, they got their heat treat down pat. Now, Paul Boss passed his knowledge off to Paul Farner. Now, Boss still is involved somewhat, but these guys have heat treating down. What does that mean? It means they can take this 420 HC to about a 58 Rockwell hardness, so your edge is going to hold a little longer. It's going to be a little easier to sharpen, and this thing's tough. Now, before someone says, because I know it's coming, can you defend self-defense? See, that's the way y'all sound. Is it good for self-defense? Well, ask the dude that killed a damn bear with it. I believe, as a matter of fact, I believe 2 bears have been killed with the Buck 110. Therefore, if you can't defend yourself with a knife, my friend, it's not the knife. That's what you got to. Now, lights should be going all over America. Little light bulbs in people's heads. Wow, maybe I just can't fight and should probably not run my mouth. Food for thought. That's what you get here at Choir Boys Cutlery. Food to ponder. Back to the knife. Again, I love pulling it out of the leather sheath. Now, it's got that really nice clip point. Y'all seen up front how it just blew through that paper. I don't shave hair. I've been over that a million times. But it just crushed that paper. Here's some of that old toe strap. We're coming down to the end of it. I'm going to have to find me some more left. This knife had no problem. Here's what I did with the knife. I took it out. Tyler from Alpha and Omega Survival Supply had sent me a strop. So I didn't, and so did Jed Hornbeak. So I used Jed's first, and then I used Tyler's. That's all I did to this knife. There was no need to do anything else to that edge, just a little bit of stropping. And this thing is hair popping, paper cutting, razor sharp. You see all the different, one of the things I like to do in my reviews, guys, is cut all kind of different materials. We cut water hose, we cut toe straps, we cut paracord. I've got some regular, just some ropey dopey stuff that we're going to do a couple push cuts with. I want to try to cover everything that you would cut during a day. That way you can kind of get the feel for the knife. Now, for a long time, Buck stopped using Ebony Wood. And then they partnered with Taylor. And I think Taylor makes guitars. I'm pretty sure they do. And they are back to using that. I can't pronounce the first word. It's, I'm not even going to try. But it's something Ebony Wood. And it's just beautiful, man. Buck says up front, hey, nature makes its own patterns. And I can tell you on this knife, it has a beautiful, just beautiful wood handle. I like the brass, I like the steel, I like the pins, I just like the whole thing. Here we go. Here's some of that ropey dope rope. We're going to try a couple push cuts with it. Now, I do rock the knife back and forth a little bit. It did pretty good. It really did. Just, that was pretty much cut except for a fiber. And then my little fat hands kept getting in the way. So, this knife, can you use it on its own? Yes. If I got stuck, if something happened, and I don't know what would happen that I would need to survive, Lord God, I don't even want to ponder the thought. But if I went out to Fort Scab, Tongaroga, and was besieged by meth crafters, I could use this knife, whittle up some punji sticks, get it done. Defend myself, do all that kind of stuff. Plus, they're meth crafters. How tough can they be? So, where are we? I don't even know where the hell we at on this thing. Okay, we're cutting the ropey dope some more. There we go. So yeah, you can use this knife for any situation. I would say this is a good hunting knife. I'd say this is a good all-around outdoors knife. Now, the leather sheath. I'm in Florida, so I have to be careful. Humidity is about 100,000%. Today, in fact, it's in the low 90s, and we do have a little higher humidity. So we just take care of our stuff, man. This is 420, but guys, that HC stands for high carbon, so we get the best of both worlds. Stainless, and it does have some carbon, so it will rust or oxidize, whatever you want to call it. So we just take care of our stuff. We wipe it down. I'm in Florida. I have a ton of Tops knives. I have a ton of knives out of 5160. I don't have rust problems. Why? Because I take care of them. I took the gun bluing off a knife, and somebody said, well, I'd rather not deal with rust. And dude, I totally understand that. But once I put that patina on it and I keep it wiped down, no problem. Now here we did some light batoning. You can tell it's light because this isn't a knife I'm going to go out there and baton with. Again, if I'm stuck in a bad situation, I'm not worried about that knife making it out. I want to make it out, and I can buy a new damn knife. This isn't a survival situation. This is a situation we're testing a knife, and it did just fine. It's got a thin edge, but I suffered no edge damage. Again, Paul Boss and his heat treating, just a phenomenal job, man. And honestly, right here, I think I split this wood 14 times. So, and I'm being smart. My God, somebody you're whining and counting. What I'm telling you is, the knife was easy to control through all of these tests. I like the weight of the handle. I do. Some will not. I personally do. I like knowing it's there. These old busted up hands sometimes, guys, I need something. Now, here's another thing you can do. You can keep that knife folded up. Say a rhinoceros is running at you, or a meth crafter. Don't open the knife. Just keep it in your hand. Wrap your hand around it. Make a closed fist around it, if you will, and punch with all your little heart's desire. It'll protect your hands, and it's like having a weight or weighted gloves. Just a little tip from old Scabberini. Well, you see right here, son, it's just shaving that wood off. Got about a 12-inch splinter in my hand from doing that. Thank the Lord. Do I love this knife? Man, I do. Isaac the Noob, one, please go subscribe to that dude. He's all about this life. He's all about helping our vets. He's a good man. Go subscribe to Isaac the Noob. Isaac, son, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I am so appreciative for everybody who helps me out by sending knives. Well, guys, Mikey, my dear brother from another mother, says it best. Everything will be all right. There'll be some links to this knife in the description. I'm Scab. You're not. I'm gone, son.